I wanted to grab her by the hand and disappear into the forest. I was the wolf and she was my she-wolf, and the night belonged to us. Hi, my name is Hannah, and this episode will review the novel This Dark Endeavour by Kenneth Oppel. When 16-year-old Victor's twin brother Conrad gets an untreatable sickness, he is desperate to find a cure. Together, Victor, his beautiful cousin Elizabeth, and best friend Henry find a hidden library that holds many old forgotten books. One of them holds the antidote for the elixir of life. They go through many obstacles to find the ingredients that will make Conrad's cure and cure him for good. Or will it? They climb the highest tree and call it the deepest caves. Along the way, there will be rebellious decisions, adventure, jealousy, love, and life or death situations. This Dark Endeavour is a fiction book that is a prequel to the graphic novel Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. For me, this book was pretty easy to read. There were some words I did not understand, but it was mainly because they live in Switzerland and the story was placed in the 18th century. This book is around 300 pages long and it is written in Victor's perspective. I really enjoyed how it was written because you knew all of what Victor was feeling and what he was thinking. I would say that this book is best for 12 and over because there is some physical fighting, near-death experiences, a part where someone loses 2 fingers, and there are some deaths. The main characters are Victor, Elizabeth, and Conrad. The antagonist is Polidori, a retired alchemist that helps Victor and his friends make the elixir of life and translate the ingredients. The other antagonist is Craig, Polidori's pet lynx. The protagonist is Victor. All of the characters act like real people in the book. They weren't unreasonable at all, and I could see why they were thinking what they were thinking. My favorite character was Elizabeth because she was afraid of nothing, she always fought back, and was very kind to everyone. The theme for This Dark Endeavour is hope. Victor had to hope that the elixir of life would cure Conrad instead of fail, like it had a couple times in the past for different people. This Dark Endeavour is placed in our world, but in the past. They live in the Frankenstein house in Geneva, Switzerland, but they travel to Stromwald a couple times, which is a place that was made up. It was all realistic except for the elixir of life and other potions they made to help them obtain the ingredients. The setting was very well explained and I could see it clearly in my mind. Kenneth Oppel was very descriptive and included lots of detail. I think that other people would like this book because you can play it out in your head very easily and it was very easy to follow. I personally enjoyed it because it engaged my emotions and it was just a very good book. I also loved the characters. They were all very well created and you can easily connect with them and understand them. The only part I didn't really like was that it took me a little while to get into the book. The beginning was kind of slow. The exciting parts didn't come until a bit after. The book made me cry in some parts because there were some times when it was sad. In some parts I was anxious because I wanted to see what would happen and if they would create the elixir of life and make it work. I was also anxious because I had a feeling Polidori would do something bad against them, and I wanted to know if I was right or not. I liked the writing style that the book used. I thought it was very well written. The book felt very complete, and I felt like nothing was missing. All of the parts were well described, and I could not imagine it any other way. No parts in the book were not believable. Even though it is a fiction book, it still felt like a non-fiction. I felt this way because everything the author said was detailed, and you could believe it was real. My favorite part in the book was when Elizabeth bit a lammergeier. The expression that Victor gave was pretty funny, and afterwards Elizabeth acted like it was nothing. If I were the author, the only thing I would change would be to make the beginning pass a little quicker. I thought it took a little too long to get into the adventure and exciting part. I think that people who are into more gothic or darker kinds of books would like this book. You would also like this book if you like Frankenstein. I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed reading it and it was worth the time spent. The beginning was a little boring though.